Hi everyone, this is my first video taped episode of Subtales. Dun 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 dun. I usually share a joke throughout the week at the different schools that I go to in different classrooms, and I'll share the same joke unless I have the same classroom. But my joke of the week is, what kind of shoes do frogs wear? Open-toed sandals. Bump, bump. No, you're probably fake laughing, just like my students. Don't do that, that's rude. Anyway, I do that so that the students can relax a little bit, start out the day with me having just a little bit of fun, even if it's just a little bit, and we can kind of connect a little bit. But anyway, I'm listed as a substitute teacher, but I do not actually go by substitute teacher. I go by guest teacher, because I'm a teacher and I'm their guest. I'm a guest in their room. And I want them to treat me like a guest and not like something on the bottom of their shoe, which is what it sounds like when they say sub. They say like, oh, she's just a sub. Oh, we have a sub. And even though sub means below or beneath, it also means instead of. But they don't actually say it like it means instead of. They say it like it means beneath or below, like beneath or below their shoe. So I try to change that narrative that's in their heads and the way that they think of not just me, but all substitute teachers that they come across. And even teachers do it. They'll say things like, oh, we just have a sub, or they're just a sub. Don't worry about it, it's just a sub. Instead of treating us like we're teachers as well. And we do make only a third of what the teachers make, which may be why, but we have to have our degrees and CBES, and many of us were teachers at one point. And so to treat us like we're beneath is kind of crazy, and setting up the students to misbehave and act like little hooligans because no one's respecting the guest teachers, so why should they? But I respect myself. So I walk in and say, we're gonna be respectful of everyone, and that includes me. The way that I know that this has finally caught on is that one of the principals announced over the loudspeaker that everyone should be very welcoming to the guest teachers that were on campus that day, because a lot of the teachers were going to training. And he said guest teachers without even a pause. So that was pretty incredible to me, because except for me, I'm the only one that's been saying that. Other teachers start calling me a guest teacher, and then I'll have students who will say, oh, that's right, you're not a sub, you're a guest teacher, which I really like. And that means that they're listening. So I had a time though when I went into a classroom and there was a guest teacher who deserved to be called sub, and he was just sitting there on his phone, watching a movie, feet up on the desk, and kids were doing whatever, but I knew that they had a project that was due the next day and that they really needed to be working on it. And so I didn't have anything to do. I went in there to help, and I saw him doing that. So I asked him, well, do you want me to pass out their papers? And he said, oh, sure. If you just want to teach, I'm good with that. And he settled back in to watch his movie without even AirPods or anything in. He was just listening to it, watching it. That was crazy. So I taught the class. I mean, the kids were anxious too because they knew this was due, but they weren't going to work on it unless somebody was making them or helping them at least, which is what I was doing. I think he was quite a peach. Anyway, my actual tale is about last week, and it was so hot and humid, and one of the days I was a PE teacher at a middle school, and I love doing PE there because you get to see all 250 middle schoolers because you're the only PE teacher, and all of them come through. And so I can learn all of their names, I can connect with them so that when I have them in classes later, they've already connected with me. We've already got a rapport. and I already know their names because I've been memorizing them. And I have nothing to do but watch them do their exercises in free play and memorize their names. And I just say them over and over in my mind because I think it really helps them to feel seen if I know their names and if I've tried to know their names. They only need to know one name, which is mine, but I'm learning 250 of them. And if I don't know how to pronounce it, I will go and ask them and practice with them if it's difficult to pronounce so that they know someone cares, even if it's just for that hour that I'm with them. Or it's a day if I'm with them in elementary school. But one of the highlights of that day was that a student walked up to me and she said, "What's on your skin?" And I said, "Oh, you mean the vitiligo?" And she said, "Yes, I think your skin is beautiful." And I was like, that was kind of random. I didn't say that. I just said, "Thank you. That was really kind of you." And as she walked away, I noticed that she had some white spots on her hands and arms. And that must be so hard for her because I'm an adult, so it's whatever to me. I just protect my skin and try to take care of things, which I'll talk about in another video. But for her as a middle schooler, it's much more difficult. And I know because I had it in middle school too, and it was really hard. And it took me till I was probably about 30 for it to be okay. And for me, it did not bother me so much. But anyway, I hope that for just a few minutes, she felt a little bit less isolated and that she felt seen and that she felt beautiful.